Hello YouTube, this is hang on a second, sorry, I have this movie on. Lon Chaney Reviewer, and today I'm gonna do a review on The Thief of Baghdad. Now, let me give you a little history behind this film. This was filmed in 1940. It was a British film produced by Alexander Korda, who produced The Private Life of King Henry VIII, which won Charles Laughton an Oscar and the respect for British films, because early British sound films were not very well received. But anyway, Thief of Baghdad. It's a remake of a Douglas Fairbanks fantasy film from 1924, which was directed by Raoul Walsh. This film stars Indian child actors Sabu, Conrad Veidt, John Justin, June Dupree, and of course Rex Ingram as the genie. So, Thief of Baghdad basically, kind of inspired films like Thief and the Cobbler, Aladdin, Arabian Nights, 1001 Nights, other, films that were very similar. It's a great fantasy film. Reasons why this film was notable. Well, of course, I just said it did inspire some films, and some filmmakers do think highly of this film, such as Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola, they actually have their own audio commentary on the DVD track of this film. Now, other film reasons why this film is fairly famous is because it's shocking that the film came together at all. It was filmed on 2 continents during a world war, had 6 different directors, and still had a pretty decent flow of consistency. Not the greatest flow of consistency, but a decent enough flow. And it was a very entertaining film. It was a big hit when it came out in 1940, and it won 3 Academy Awards, including Best Visual Effects, Cinematography, and Art Direction. Also, it was nominated for a Best Original Score created by Miklos Rocha, who is most notable for the 11-time Oscar-winning type mammoth Ben-Hur. Now, The Thief of Baghdad is about a king from Baghdad. No, I mean from America. No, I'm kidding. That'd be funny. The Thief of America. But it's about the king of Baghdad, and his Grand Vizier is Conrad Veidt. And when your Grand Vizier is Conrad Veidt, you're kind of stupid. So, he takes his advice and decides to go amongst the people and see what they think and feel what they feel. And they really hate King Ahmed and John Justin's character, because John Justin isn't directly involved, but Jafar's been enacting all this, all these executions and stuff. And once John Justin joins the people, our Grand Vizier takes him prisoner and declares him a madman, and also takes the thief Abu, which is played by Sabu. Now, Sabu and Conrad Veidt give the best performances in this film, and then probably right behind that would be Rex Ingram, because Rex Ingram as the genie is amazing. But I'll talk about that later. Then they help each other escape, and then we go to Basra, which is a really beautiful little city, which is run by a sultan who has a fetish for toys. And the actor who plays the sultan is Miles Malleson, who also is credited for writing the screenplay for Thief of Baghdad. Now, the sultan has a fetish for toys, as I just said, and he actually has a beautiful daughter, who is so beautiful that any man who dares look upon her before the sultan has chosen her husband shall be killed. And this leads to a great scene too. But anyway, Conrad Veidt now seizes control of Baghdad after Ahmed is out of his way, and then decides to he wants to have, he needs a queen. He wants to have a dynasty. He needs an heir. So he's gonna have June Dupre, the princess, as his wife. So what he does is he bargains with the Sultan and he gives him a flying magical horse, which is one of the most enchanting sequences in the film. And the Sultan accepts, and the daughter is pissed off about this. And then Abu and Ahmed find out, and then they're punished by Jafar by transforming Abu into a dog and Ahmed into a blind man. Now, in the beginning of the film, we see them as a dog and the blind man, but I'm just saying this just for the story's sake. So then the story goes on, he talks about his story, and then he's able to cure June Dupre of her, sleeping beauty, whatever. And then, we have Ahmet, and then, right, really does love her. And why Conrad Veidt's performance is so good is because he convinces us that, this man, is not really evil just to be evil. He has motivations. He wants this princess to love him, and he is a powerful magician. He can do almost anything. However, he doesn't want to use his magic to make her love him. He wants her to really love him. Which, is beautifully acted out by Conrad Veidt in this film. And like I said, he probably gives the best performance in this film. So anyway, they crash on an island and Sabu opens up a lamp and we find the genie. I'm not going to talk about too much of the story from there. The special effects are notable in this film because for their time they were quite amazing. I mean, you had the flying horse, you have the genie coming out of the lamp, which I still think is a great effect. The spider fight, you have the magic carpet, you have people getting shot in the head with arrows, which for the time, and I still think today, is fairly shocking. I was kind of shocked when I first saw that, and I'm still a little shocked and puzzled about that. But yeah, criticism about The Thief of Baghdad. Like I said, this film had 6 different directors. Only 3 of them are credited, and in some ways, it almost feels like a few different films in one. Not completely different films, but a few different films nonetheless. Genie, it feels like I'm watching like a sequel or something, or part 2 of this movie, But you know what? For all of its, for some of its shortcomings, this film is a really entertaining film. It's a film that uses flashback in a very effective way. It has some good acting, some really nice dialogue here and there. Obviously, it's beautiful and gorgeous in Technicolor, and it's available through Criterion. It's only available as a DVD. I don't think you can get it on Blu-ray yet, which I really want to get this on Blu-ray so badly because it would look amazing. Also, it has 2 audio commentary tracks, one of them with Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola, another one with Bruce Eder, which I like the second commentary the best because he looks at it both in a nostalgic point of view, but at the production's history, which is the closest thing we have to a making of documentary. However, we do have a little documentary with interviews, but with Ray Harryhausen, Dennis Muren, and others, about the special effects on this film. And that's a nice little bit, but I think the commentary track for this film by Bruce Eder gives you a lot of information. So yeah, overall, I have to say this is now one of my new favorite movies. I love this film. It's a lot of fun to watch. It does have its problems, but I think it still holds up today for the most part. One other criticism I have for the film is, I can accept it, but John Justin and June Dupre's romance goes a bit too fast. Like, literally, the moment they meet, they're attached. There's no development. It's just, immediately starts off with, "I am your slave. I've come from the other side of time to find you. How long will you stay? Till the end of time." And it's just all that romantic garbage. And that's not the worst thing ever, but yeah. So, yeah, enjoy.